Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy. Welcome back to another video. Welcome to an episode of Watchlist Wednesday.
Watch. Oh, it's Watchlist Wednesday.
I'll add it to the list.
I just decided this is getting a double intro every time. I don't care. So today's movie of choice that we're going to be watching is La La Land. This one has been on my radar for a really long time. I'm pretty sure it's a musical. I'm not entirely sure. But I do know it's a very iconic movie with Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone, and I love both of those actors. I'm very excited to watch it. I am a little scared because I know a lot of people have talked about the ending and how some people deliberately will stop watching 10 minutes before it ends because the last 10 minutes are depressing. So I definitely think I'm about to have my emotions torn with a little bit, but I'm gonna go watch it. It is on Netflix for those of you guys who also have not seen it and want to watch it. It is leaving Netflix at the end of January though, so that's part of the reason I'm watching it now. I was gonna watch it at some point later down the line or whatever, but apparently that's not going to be an option soon. So with that being said, I'm gonna go watch it, and I will catch up with you guys after I've seen the full movie. Alrighty, so I'm back. I went ahead and watched the movie, and I think it was really, really good. I can see why a lot of people consider this to be one of their favorite movies of all time. I think that the love story in it is fantastic, but I kind of want to start off talking about things that I did not know about this movie that kind of surprised me a little bit. For one, I didn't know John Legend was going to be in this. When I first saw him, it was kind of like a jump scare because I was like, oh my god, that's John Legend. And for a second, it took me out of the movie, and then eventually I got right back into it, and everything was a-okay. And something I did not expect, John Legend's a pretty good actor. What's it called? Him and Ryan Gosling have a interaction where they're talking about jazz and how jazz needs to grow and how jazz can't just stay the same forever, whatever. And I think that entire monologue that they gave John Legend's character Keith was really, really good. Like, he's talking about how all the people who Ryan Gosling's character looks up to, and all these people who he's really, really in love with, and he thinks does such a great job creating jazz and making jazz more interesting and popular, were revolutionaries, and he is currently being so traditionalist, and he can't he can't make jazz better or change jazz or be one of the greats in jazz if he just wants to keep doing what people have already been doing, because that's not how jazz got popular in the first place. Why would that be how jazz can get popular now? And I like that. I thought that entire sequence was great. This movie, I think, is very... I'm not going to say dark, but it's kind of emotional in a sense that I didn't expect it to be. It was a little bit deeper than I was expecting it to be. And I think that it does a really good job showing that you kind of have to sacrifice certain things for dreams. If you have something that you're really passionate about and you have something that you really, really want, it's possible, but sometimes you end up having to give up things that you really don't want to give up for it. So something that I want to talk about is both of the acting performances from the main actor and actress. Ryan Gosling is incredible in this. Emma Stone is incredible for this. I don't remember if either of them won Oscars for this. I want to say Emma Stone definitely won some awards for this, but I can't remember anything specifically. But yeah, it was incredible. Their acting in this is fantastic. The love story, like I said, is really, really good, and I think they have great chemistry. And I like the fact that the beginning of this movie kind of feels almost like rom-com-esque. Obviously, it's a little more serious than a rom-com, but good rom-coms, in my opinion, don't feel like just comedies. I feel like good rom-coms are usually movies that have romance in it that end up being comedies by the end of the movie or whatever. But this one, whenever they're first getting to know each other, there's a lot of really playful banter between the two of them, which I think works really well and is very funny, and helps kind of bring the characters together relatively well. So I like that. I think that it's great. Really good love story. And I like that from Ryan Gosling's character's perspective, this is a really hard story about how sometimes being a perfectionist could really be bad for you, because the beginning half of the story, he's talking about how he has this really big dream. He wants to open up this jazz bar. He wants it to be in this specific location. He wants it to be perfect. He wants it to play traditional jazz music, and it wants to be a very popular place where people can go and listen to jazz and fall in love with jazz and all that jazz. Anyways, but basically he's talking about this dream that he has, but he's so perfectionist. He's such a perfectionist about how his dream needs to come to light that he doesn't take criticism very well. Emma Stone's character is like, hey, maybe you should call it something else. Maybe that'll help, bring in people who aren't necessarily as interested in what this is. And then she also suggests, maybe not doing it in the same exact location. Like, it's okay if you have to open up a new venue for this, it's going to be okay. And Ryan Gosling's character snaps on her, and he's not okay with that at all. And I think that emotion in Ryan Gosling's performance is incredible. The fact that that entire argument sequence just feels so real, which I absolutely love. It's really interesting to me how they are able to pull that stuff off. And then another thing that I want to talk about, this movie isn't necessarily just a movie. I think that a lot of times people have conversations about, like, this is cinema, this is a movie, and this one would definitely fall more into the cinema category because so many behind-the-scenes things are absolutely perfect. I think that all the set design is incredible, all the music is incredible. I love the wardrobing in this. The opening sequence is so colorful and bright and happy, and I absolutely love it. And something that is really good with that is all the wardrobes, they have different characters wearing different bright colors to make them stand out more and to make the energy just overall 10 times better. And I feel like that carries through the entire movie. Every time there's a sequence where we're expected to be a lot more happier, you'll notice all of the characters, including background characters, will be wearing brighter colors. I think that the first sequence where Emma Stone goes out with her friends or whatever, they're all wearing different colors, but they're all bright. They're all colors that scream like happy-go-lucky vibes. And then later in the movie, whenever we have some more emotional sequences, you'll notice the characters are wearing more black clothes, that will wear gray, including the background characters will typically be wearing less colorful outfits. And I think that just attention to detail is incredible in this, and I absolutely love that. And then also the colors that are in the scenery as well is really, really well done. There's a lot of scenes where they'll make an entire room dark except for the one character that you're supposed to focus on, and I love that because that's something in live performances that you get to see is like the spotlights and moments like that, and they're able to do it in this film without it feeling like over the top or over dramatic or anything like that. They do it very seamlessly by transitioning into, okay, the room is getting slightly dimmer, slightly dimmer, slightly dimmer, slightly dimmer, and then we close in on the person who it's focusing on. That's incredible. Like, this movie is fantastic. It's a very breathtaking film. I really enjoyed it. I think that it was really good. The last 10 minutes were very emotional, and the fact that they added in that entire, like, what if scenario of if, their relationship was able to flourish naturally and they were still able to get everything in their dreams and be together and stuff like that is very, it's very cute and kind of wholesome, but it's also very heartbreaking. So I can see why some people have said if they're watching this movie again, they are cutting it off as soon as that little kind of like flat, what do I call that, like a montage, the little montage showing what their life would be like if they were able to stay together. A lot of people will say, like, I'm ending it after that, and I think that's great. But I think that something you need to notice is in the montage, Ryan Gosling's character kind of gives up his dream a little bit, and he goes to Paris with her, and he can still play music and he can still have a lot of fun. But the big thing is, in that version of their life or whatever, Emma Stone's character is going and fully fulfilling her dream and living her dream, and Ryan Gosling happens to be there along for the ride. Whereas in the actual reality of things, they both ended up following their dreams and doing their own dreams, which ended up leading to them not being together in the end, which is really emotional. But that's kind of sometimes how life goes. You need to make sacrifices to follow your dreams, and their sacrifice happened to be that they weren't able to be together anymore. But I do like that it ends with them kind of like acknowledging, that they both kind of accomplish their dreams, and they both seem to have this respect for each other and this love for each other still, and they're very proud of each other despite the fact that they're not together. But yeah, that was a really beautiful film. I really loved it. If you guys hadn't seen it, I definitely would recommend going and watching it right now. Especially because, like I said, it's on Netflix right now. At the end of the month, it's off Netflix, and I don't know where you're going to be able to watch it after that unless you buy it. But that being said, I think it's a very solid 10 out of 10 film. I can definitely see why a lot of people consider this one of the greatest movies of all time. And I liked it. I thought it was great. If I was to give it a number rating, I probably would give it like a 97 out of 100. There are just a couple little nitpicky things here and there that kind of bother me. Like sometimes the plot moves really fast, and there will be moments where it's just like they moved in together, and it's like, it's clear that they moved in together, but all of a sudden it's all of the characters who Emma Stone had been with the first half of the film are just like never mentioned again and never showed again. And I feel like that is something that could have been touched on, but other than that, it's not like it needed to be touched on. But yeah, there's just small little nitpicks like that, but I think it's a great film, and I loved it. And I am enjoying this series. Also, this is the second of the 3 movies that I've watched so far for this series that has had J.K. Simmons in it. I've only watched 3 movies, and 2 of the 3 had J.K. Simmons in it. That was a pleasant surprise. I love J.K. Simmons. But yeah, that was it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming by and checking it out. I love and appreciate you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, feel free to like and subscribe, and I will hopefully see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Bow, bow, bow.
He wanted me to drop a verse, I did this. We planned a day, and then we did this. Wanna be in love with the girls with the kisses. Don't give a damn, I'll rid this. I like this when I run the distance. I run a 5K, you go ballistics. I wanna live within the business. Buy more than what's on the clearances. You're getting bent cause I know you're a physicist. I wanna deny this shit, I'm unlimited.